Hello, and welcome to episode 59 of Let's Talk Immigration. Today, I wanted to jump right into something in the news that I want to talk about. And then I have a couple questions I received this week that I want to share the answers to because I get the questions a lot. And then I will take your questions and answers. So if you have a question for me that you want me to answer within the next half hour, go post it on our Facebook or YouTube channel, and it'll come up right here on my screen. I'll see it and I'll answer. I'll try to answer. See, already. Look at this. Already. Hi, Sir Jay. Thanks for coming. Okay. This is what I want to share. Something has happened since I saw you in episode 58. You remember this guy. He was a nightmare for 4 years of our lives in the United States, especially in the immigration space. He restricted immigration in a way no president has ever restricted it before. Not only with what he's known for, which is what some people call the travel ban or the Muslim ban, Proclamation 9645, extended with 9983, that included like Iran, Syria, Somalia, Yemen, and then Sudan. I'm forgetting some of the countries. There were so many countries where total bans, except there were waivers in some cases. Well, the irony is that is not the ban that caused the most throttling of immigration to the U.S. The real ban was Proclamation 10014, which was based on immigrants are going to steal our jobs during COVID. Well, that was crazy. That was a farce. It's not true. And so we won multiple lawsuits about that. Okay. The Young case, the Gomez, good luck. Like basically that proclamation should never have stopped consulates from interviewing visa applicants. So Trump, bad for immigration. Okay. Trump running for president again. He wants to be president again beginning January of 2025, which is 1 year and 1 month from now. This is what he just said.
It's crazy what's going on. They're ruining our country. And it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country. They don't like it when I said that. And I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way. No, they're coming from all over the world, people all over the world. We have no idea. They could be healthy. They could be very unhealthy. They could bring in disease that's going to catch on in our country, but they do bring in crime.
Okay. That's a clown. Okay. But to be clear, if he becomes president again, and there are many people in the United States are planning to vote for this clown again. But if he becomes president, immigration to the U.S. will be strictly throttled. I'm not talking about migration at the border. Fences don't have an impact on that. He's delusional. I'm talking about legal immigration paths. Most of my audience either be family-based, employment-based, or diversity visa, or even like H-1B, tourism. This guy is going to restrict that, okay? So if you have access to an immigration benefit, you want to seize the moment and get that immigration benefit before it no longer exists, okay? I talk to people often in family preference categories. The Republicans want to do away with those categories altogether. So I'm talking about F1, F2, F3, F4. Republicans don't have an interest in that. They call it chain migration. So if you have a pending case that is delayed at any place, either at MVC or after interview, post-interview AP, you probably need to be considering litigation. Okay. Now, if the case is not current in the visa bulletin yet, family preference case not current in the visa bulletin, litigation is not an option. At least I'm not offering that option right now. It would be a very challenging legal theory. I think there is one that exists, but I'm not offering that lawsuit right now. Okay. So that was my Sky is Falling segment of Let's Talk Immigration 59. I'm going to go to frequently asked questions that I've got this week that I want to cover, and then I'll jump into the questions that you're asking. Okay. 1. I am married to my first cousin. Can I petition my first cousin? Yes, you can if you, as the petitioner, green card holder, or U.S. citizen petitioner, live in a state where first cousin marriage is legal. Okay? You can Google this and look, in every state in the country is a little different. It's not legal in Texas. It's not legal in Illinois, but it is legal in California and Florida, and every other state is different. But if you don't follow my advice on that, and your beneficiary attends the interview and they say, where does your petitioner live? And it's a state where first cousin marriage is not legal, they will not issue the visa. Okay. Also, you can't fake this. You can't just go get an ID in another state. State Department is connected. I mean, it's the same U.S. government to the FBI, CIA. They know everything. Okay. That's why they surveil your cell phones. So you can't fake it. You have to really, petitioner, if you want to petition your first cousin's spouse, you need to relocate yourself to a U.S. state where first cousin marriage is legal before the interview. Before the interview. Okay? Okay. I get that question about once a month. Okay. Second question. My case is at NBC and I'm DQ, but I want to unlock my DS-260 and make a little change because my address changed, my employment changed, my education changed. Okay, should I do that? The answer is no. You should wait until you receive an interview letter, you are scheduled for an interview, and then you reach out to the embassy, ask the embassy to unlock. Some embassies will do it automatically. Ask the embassy to unlock, go in, check the DS-260, make sure that everything is accurate so that the day of interview, you don't show up with surprises for the consular officer, because that's not the tone that you want for an interview. You want to go into the interview relaxed, knowing that everything you've told the State Department is accurate. Not there's things you have to correct and explain. No, you don't want that. The reason I say wait until you're scheduled is because if you ask for your application to be unlocked before you are scheduled for an interview, it is possible that it will mess with when you are scheduled for an interview, either by changing your DQ date or just changing your file in the system in a way that you don't know, okay? Because the system that we look at, the SEAC, that's a public-facing system, and it's a different system than the State Department actually operates on. Often in litigation, I will complain about something that the SEAC says, and the government attorneys come back and say, yeah, that's just the SEAC. That's not what's really happening in the class system, in the system that the consular officers are using, okay? So do not, when you're at NBC and DQ, do not ask NBC to unlock your DS-260. Wait, okay? Wait until you're scheduled. Okay, those are the two things I wanted to cover today. And now I'm excited to go to your questions. If you haven't asked a question yet, YouTube or Facebook is the best place for them to pop up on my screen. Okay, here's Omar. Omar, your question is so big at me. Okay, here is my view for Trump. There is no harm if Trump come back. In case appeal court release the order this month, we will get our visas. But if they delay it for another month or month, he will harm us. Okay, let me see if I can. I don't know how to do it. So, Omar, my point of view on that is we can't control when you're talking. Omar is talking about the Gomez Good Luck DV 2020 to DV 2021 appeals. We cannot control when the Circuit Court for the District of Columbia issues its opinion on the appeals. We cannot control that, so there's no reason to worry about it. But Trump can still cause us hardship, okay? Even if we get a favorable order, if all those visas are not issued by the time he's around, he could cause us problems. So, but that's true. If all those visas, if we get a favorable order and all those visas are issued before he gets here, that's great. Except for one little thing, you're stuck in this country with me and him as president. Not an ideal situation, but maybe we could figure out something. Okay. Serge asked, what method will we use before he come in office so that we may come in the U.S.? You know, we failed for DV 2020. Okay. There are narrow paths to immigrate to the U.S. It's not like you can pull one out of your pocket. Like either you have one or you don't really. I mean, in the next year, if you have an immediate relative in the U.S., they could petition for you, but it's unlikely that that would get wrapped up within the year. There's employment visas. I actually do not handle employment visas. Usually, you're required to have an employer in the U.S. first, unless you have extraordinary ability or something like that. So just there's limited narrow paths to immigrate to the U.S. lawfully, if that's the question you're asking. If you're asking like, hey, should we show up at the southern border? My answer is no. It is the path to getting asylum in the U.S. is very difficult. Republicans love to say that the border is open and there's flooding in migrants. And the reality is it's not easy and it's about to change. It's about to get a lot worse because they're in the White House right now negotiating with Republicans on how to make it worse so that they can get funding for the war in Ukraine. But also, when those asylum seekers come into the U.S., they're put in removal proceedings, okay? And if they don't prove their asylum claims, this path could put them back on a plane, not immediately, but after they've established a life in the U.S. and they're removed. It happens all the time. I follow a Twitter account for ICE, and they are bragging about their deportations all the time to places you wouldn't think. I just saw where there was one to Asia. Usually they're bragging about the ones to the Central America and sometimes Africa. But they are sending lots of planes removing migrants from the U.S. So only come to the U.S. to seek asylum if you have a legitimate asylum claim. That's my point of view. Okay. Not exactly what you asked, but I get distracted, you know? I'm like a squirrel. Okay. DV 2020. How many more years it will take? Erman, I'm hoping it does not take more years, but I do not have control over this, and also I cannot predict the future. So I do not know how long it will take before we get the outcome of the Gomez Good Luck appeal. Okay. Faisal, hi, Gomez class member. I wish I lose the appeal. Okay. Interesting. If we win the appeal and you don't want the visa, there are thousands of other class members who will gladly take your visa. Yusuf says, hello, best lawyer in the world. Okay, be more like Yusuf. Yusuf gets it. Okay. How long time no see, and try not to DM you on Telegram or WhatsApp, not to waste your time. Any updates for good luck? I appreciate you respecting my time, Yusuf. But if you want to call me the best lawyer in the world, you can talk to me anytime. Okay. I do not have any updates on good luck. And I'm torn. Sometimes I think I should just send everybody an email to say, hey, We don't have any updates on good luck, but I'm scared that you see that email, you think that there is an update, and then you open it and you get mad at me. I don't know what to do. We do not have updates. Still waiting on the outcome of the appeal. Okay, we're running out of questions. So lodge your question. Facebook or YouTube is the best place to drop the questions. This is iced tea. I like iced tea. Okay. If you are a U.S. citizen, can you apply a petition I-130 visa for a brother or sister stayed in Africa? Great question. The answer is yes, but that would be considered what's called F4 category, and there are only so many F4 category visas available to be issued each year. And what makes it worse is Secretary Blinken doesn't even use them all. So what is happening is it's getting longer and longer. It takes longer and longer and longer for those visa categories, the priority dates, to be current in the visa bulletin. What that means is the paths are taking longer and longer. Realistically, it could take 20 to 30 years, depending on the country, because that's the way they do it. But also, sometime in that 20 to 30 years, the visa category might disappear because there's a lot of xenophobic racists in the U.S. that are against immigration. So I do recommend, if you are a U.S. citizen, that you file I-130 petitions for each of your siblings. It gives a path not only for your sibling, but your sibling's spouse and your sibling's minor children. Although that's complicated because they won't be minor children when the petition's probably current. So anyway, the I-130 fee is $535. If you want an attorney to prepare it, just to be safe, most attorneys, including us, we don't charge a lot for representing you with filing a petition in this category, because we realize that you're not going to get this benefit for a long time, right? And you're just doing it to do the right thing for your family. So, but I do recommend it. Just set reasonable expectations for your brother or sister. Tell them, hey, I did this, but it's not going to turn into anything. It might not turn into anything, but if it does, it won't be for 20 or 30 years. That's the reasonable expectations, unfortunately. Sammy says, thank you. You are welcome, Sammy. I like your profile picture. That looks like a fun city. Okay. Omar says, why people blame the lawyers that they failed for these CV lawsuits? I see we have a huge chance. We need a little luck and have faith. It's painful, but it will be healing us all. Healing, I think, very fast after it will end. Okay. Thank you, Omar, for that positive comment. I'm going to make it a little caveat on it, a little negative part, though. Even if we win the appeal, there will be losers. There will be several Gomez class members, thousands, and several good luck plaintiffs who will not be issued visas. That's because Judge Chutkan and Judge Mehta's orders did not give relief for everyone, okay, that was injured by these policies. They just gave relief, sort of proportionate relief. So that's frustrating. But when you said, maybe I misread it. A lot of times people say, we'll all be happy in the end if we win. And it's like, well, we all won't be happy. There will be people that will be disappointed. And that's what's frustrating about this. I cannot wait until we have the outcome of the appeal, because it gives everybody closure. But at the same time, if we lose, it's going to be bad. But if we win, it's still going to be bad for a lot of people because they will not get the visas. There's only 9,095 visas reserved in Gomez and 6,900 in Good Luck. And so that will be frustrating for the families that are not issued visas. I understand that. Okay. Aliza says, thank you. You are welcome. And Yusuf says, thank you. You're welcome. And then my staff just throws up a question out of the blue. Like someone's asked this question. But someone has asked this question. Okay. What is a motion to dismiss and how likely are they? And have you won any? These are 3 questions. This is the way people come at me on Telegram very often. Send me messages on Telegram. I love it when the questions are separate messages. That way I can tag the answer with each reply. Oh, just love that. But you could ask questions like this, 3 in the same. A motion to dismiss is after you file a mandamus lawsuit, any lawsuit, a mandamus lawsuit, the government wants to go to the court and say, hey, we want this lawsuit to be dismissed because we don't want to give them what they're asking for. And we don't think that the court has jurisdiction over this issue. It does not happen in every mandamus lawsuit. In many mandamus lawsuits, depending on factors like the length of delay, and also who the defendant is, whether it's USCIS or State Department, very often the government will decide not to fight, not to file a motion to dismiss. Just give us what we want, and then we dismiss. That's fine. But a motion for dismiss means they're asking the court to dismiss the lawsuit. If you're one of our clients, what we recommend is opposing that motion, okay? That means filing a response to it. You have 20 pages of arguments of why this case should be dismissed. Okay, here's 25 pages on why it should not be dismissed. With maybe 50 pages of exhibits. We try not to do that. Judges don't like that, but sometimes we get carried away. Government files a reply to our response, and then the judge issues an order. Since September, 7 judges have issued orders denying the government's motions to dismiss. 2 of those orders have been in lawsuits that our law firm, Ready Go Law, has handled, including Iqbal in the Eastern District of California, and another lawsuit, Akbar, in the Southern District of California. Just that happened this week. So we are all about fighting the motions to dismiss. And if you hire us to do your mandamus lawsuit, we are in it for the long haul. Okay, we want to stick with you until you get the visas or you get whatever immigration benefit you're looking for. Oh, I satisfied the staff member because they have moved the bar, so that's good. Oh, another question. Could we have an order in the holidays? For example, 2512 is Christmas. Does appeal work? Or judges release orders? Okay. It's possible. Courts do what they want. I know there's a lot of people that follow the exact schedule of courts on the days that they issue their orders. But I don't follow them because they could do what they want. I would not expect it on Christmas Day, though. Generally, on Christmas Day, the only orders judges are issuing are emergency orders in cases that involve like loss of life or something crazy. Do you think Republicans are better in the White House for good luck? No. I don't think Republicans are better in the White House for anything. Okay. And I realize that I am more progressive and liberal and left than most of you in my audience, and that's okay. That's what makes America great. We've got a diversity of viewpoints, right? Conservatives at their best want to conserve what's good about America, and liberals like myself at our best, we want to change what's bad. So We need this mix to have a healthy democracy. But in my view, Republicans are better in jail, except for my family. That's a joke. Everybody, okay, if you're not in America, you understand. You might not understand, but everyone in America has family members that are Republicans. We can't help it. So, I don't know. Maybe my jokes aren't funny. I try. Omar says, let's hoping next 2 weeks see a miracle. Okay. I'm for that. I would love to see the resolution of Goodluck and Gomez in the next couple weeks. That would be extra nice. I've got an announcement that I need to make if we don't have any more questions. Yusuf thought I was funny. Ha! For all you out there that don't think I was funny, Yusuf thought I was funny. Okay. For our Persian followers and audience, I want to say happy y'all tonight. Okay, that's the winter solstice holiday. It's common in Persian culture for families and friends to gather and drink and eat and read poetry together. Isn't that nice? I think everybody should do that. Even if you're not Persian, this Friday night, grab your friends and family and read some poetry together and eat and drink. I don't know. I think it sounds great. Okay. Oh, one more question. Yusuf says, do you think Trump will have any chances in 2024? Yes, I think he does. I wish it was not true, but I do think that he does. Okay. Remember, you can always reach out to us. I've got my Telegram and WhatsApp down here on the, I don't know how to point to it. Anyway, on the corner of the screen, you can reach out to me anytime. Sometimes I don't get to the message for a few hours. I try to answer all my Telegram and WhatsApp messages within 24 hours. That's my goal. Okay. Of course, you can also reach out to our team. So until next week, episode 60. Wait, we're not going to have anything next week. Next week is the 27th. I don't think we're going to have a show next week. I don't. I'm sorry. We're going to skip that week. And then we'll come back the week after that. And everything will be okay. Okay? So happy holidays, everybody. Bye-bye.